Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Daphne St. Clair Ferguson, and I'm so excited to be talking about springtime. We're in a park. It's just a beautiful June day. Talk to me. Tell me a little bit about springtime, your role in the production, your name for our lovely audience out there.
Yeah, I'm Kendra. I am an actor, one of two actors in the two-hander Springtime. I'm also a producer on the show. Unlike this beautiful exterior that we're out in right now, it's actually the opposite. We are stuck in a box. We're locked in a box underground. We are enemies of the state, and we are hiding in a locked box underground, and there's a man keeping us there. So it shows about the relationship between the two women and us being in a box.
Wow. Okay, well, talk to me. How, you're in a box. How do you put that on stage? Are people peering through the box? Are we looking at the box? What the heck does this box look like?
That's a very relevant question. We have built a box, a see-through box, just little planks of wood that you can see through, no glass or anything. So you're peering inside the box. Almost the entire show takes place in this like 8-foot long box, and we're almost sitting down. We're not standing either. It's like
Very cool.
no room for our arms to extend at all.
So sweet. Okay, so this is a thriller.
Yeah.
So how do you convey that thriller energy? I mean, the box already sounds quite scary, thrilling, if you will. How do you convey that in this space?
It's a lot of tech elements that help us out. Elijah McLeod, who is our stage manager, also our sound designer, has created a beautiful soundscape that builds tension, is really scary. I also think the intimacy that I build my scene partner, because there's only two of us, is really important. We're in a box underground, so the setting as well keeps it really scary because we literally can't get out.
Very interesting. So you can't get out. How do you create the expansive nature of theater while you're being trapped in a box?
We try really hard. It's really challenging. It actually comes down to working really hard on your text and making sure that the images that are in your head come off super specific to the audience. Otherwise, you're hooped. But they are clear, and you're gonna really like it.
So speaking of imagery, your marketing is quite striking. Talk to me a little bit about that. How are you, specifically your trailer? I mean, it was a very filmic, cinematic experience, thrilling, scary. How is that translated to the stage?
Well, the show originally was written as a screenplay. Our writer, Katie Lawrence, who is also an actor, my opposite, my other girl, she wrote it initially as a screenplay. And so her brother, who is Christopher Lawrence, who was the creator of the trailer, shot it, and we shot it as if we were shooting a short film, because the origin of the show was a screenplay, so it connects really easy there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear then about why choose to do it as a play now.
Yeah. Honestly, our writer wants to expand into theater. She heard that, to be a good writer, you have to learn how to write a play. So she took her screenplay and adapted it, and it very beautifully does adapt to the stage. We took advantage of the setting, being underground, and put it in a box and just seeing what happens. In our rehearsal process, we actually found that it actually works really well. Our intimate space, we're at Cinecycle, which is an unconventional category for Fringe, so our audience is seated on both sides, so you are really close and intimate, so that helped adapt it to the stage as well.
And I mean, an intimate space might get quite hot, but I hear that there's AC at Cinecycle. So, wow, so that's exciting. Talk to me a little bit about more about this intimate space, what that does to a show, especially this kind of show.
Yeah. So Cinecycle is a beautiful, beautiful space. It is now air conditioned. This is a very exciting news. The audience, intimate, is about 50 seats in the theater. It was an old bicycle shop, so there are bikes along the wall. It really helps enhance the ruggedness, rusty kind of vibe of an underground old barn space. And with the audiences on both sides, you can and we're locked in a box too. The audience can really see our perspective. We're moving around, but it's not conventional. It's unconventional. Our seating, you look around, it's in the round, essentially in the round. So, yeah.
Very cool. And I'd love to hear about the unconventional venue, because the process to get into the unconventional venue is a little bit different than the other venues. Correct?
Yes. So it's not like the lottery system. We applied for the lottery and didn't get it, and we were like, that's okay. We're still gonna do it. I hope that's all right with you. So we found Cinecycle as a venue and thought that it fit our show so well. And then it just allows for artists to set their own show times. We are doing 2 shows a day for 4 days. So there is a early evening show and then a later evening show every day to accommodate for our venue, because we got to choose what to do for unconventional venue. So yeah.
Cool. But you did get into the Hamilton Fringe. So what are some of those key differences that maybe we can expect to see from the Toronto Fringe to the Hamilton Fringe?
That is a great question. We were actually just talking about this today. As opposed to the unconventional venue for Toronto Fringe, where audiences... Wait, I'm just going to wait one second. People need to take the GO train. I love the GO train. Anyway...
Take the GO train to Hamilton.
Take the GO train to Hamilton. I don't know. Some people don't like it. I love the GO train. I'm from BC, and we have the West Coast Express. But if you are from BC, you know that is not the same thing. Okay. Oh my God, what was the question? Where were we? Sorry, the GO train. You got me talking about public transit.
Hamilton Fringe.
Okay. I'm locked back in. Yeah, so the difference. The audience, it's like more a conventional theater. We're at the Players Guild in Hamilton, so there is like a stage that is up and the audience is on the floor, as opposed to being on both sides in Toronto. And I'm really curious to see what audiences in Hamilton will think, because that is a market that I've not reached yet.
No.
So, yeah.
Okay, and also, so your marketing is, you've got 2 kind of sides of your marketing here. Speaking of your reach, you've got your scary, kind of creepy posting, and then you're ranking Canadian or Toronto icons as how long they can last in a box. So what is this, like, polarity of marketing like?
Yeah, we had really specific conversations about how we wanted to market the show. I wanted to be able to tap into the Gen Z, like my friends. Like, what would my friends like to see in a show? What would I like to see in a show being advertised? So we investigated shows like Paranormal Activity, how they marketed their show, which is more conventional. But then it's me. I like making videos online. I like making TikToks. And so I decided, what are some themes in the show? So like being underground, things that you remember. So we drew Justin Trudeau from memory. We got a crazy comment on our Instagram today from a girl who said, guys, no one should see this disgusting show. And I was like, oh my God, no one should see this disgusting show. Okay, let me investigate. So it was on a video that we were drawing Justin Trudeau from memory. Right. I clicked on her account. Her account is a Katy Perry hate account. The account is dedicated towards hating Katy Perry. So I guess because we lied and said that Justin Trudeau is coming to our show, Katy might be there. And I guess she doesn't want anyone to also see Katy Perry because Justin might be there. Right. So there's a huge, guys, I gotta admit, Justin Trudeau will not be at our show.
Oh, you never know.
Well, you
never know.
Please, Justin, please come see Springtime. What was even the question?
No, just about your marketing. You are tracking these questions like crazy. It's all good. And now I'm curious. How do you guarantee, if people have just seen your silly fun marketing, how can you guarantee that what they're stepping into is something they want to see, or do you even care about that?
No. Fair question. No, I think that. The ticket page on Fringe shows the horror element. I'm really inspired by shows, horror that takes comedic elements. There's like always a little bit of cutting through, in our show too, cutting through the thriller horror aspect with comedy. And it is a two-hander. My role in the show gets a little bit comedic at times, and my role is kind of to cut the tension at points. Mm-hmm. So hoping that the Toronto Fringe landing page will kind of get the image across that it is a horror thriller, but then still these real TikTok style stuff can also show people that you're not going to feel depressed and very sad at the end of the show. There's like duality. There's duality there. Yeah.
Cool. Speaking of duality, now you're big in musical theater, correct?
I do it when they let me.
They do, yes, but seriously, but so musical theater to thriller, how is that shifted? What are some similarities there? You've got some duality going on yourself.
Yes. It honestly is a similar process learning, going through, because I have to make sure, and I had to trust in my director, and we've had conversations about it. We call it Kendra going bingo bongo. That's what we call it, where I will I'll kind of either go bigger or not play to the truth of the moment. That's something that I have to consciously think about when I am doing just a straight play, because I can't rely on music that usually allows me to be a little bit more expansive. Not only that, because we're in a box underground, the box is physically shutting me off from like a wide space, so it is more intimate. So even that in itself helps me ground myself, and that's what so there is less Kendra going bingo bongo than I would be in a musical. Third person there.
Oh, this is crazy. Third person. I did see some poetry on the page too, which was really quite interesting, and one stuck out to me. To quote it, "To become a parasite of obsession, attaching to any and all parts of you." So what parts of this character are you leeching onto, and what parts of the character are leeching onto you? You know what I mean?
Well, a lot about my character has to do with obsessing over Katie's character, May. There is a lot of... I have to rely on May, my other girl that I'm in the box with, to assure myself that I am alive. If she's the only person that I live underground in a box with, if she's gone, I don't know if I'm real. And we do deal with that in the play. Parts that I would... Wait, I'm trying to think. Wait, can you say the question again?
Which parts of the character leech onto you, and which parts does the character leech onto you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think even on the leeching part, I would like to say that the obsessive leeching onto someone else, that tendency is not leeching onto me. I try to be a detached girl and human in real life. I think something that my character does do in the show that kind of is probably more leeching onto me right now is deflecting conversations through humor because of either uncomfortableness, like I'm not feeling this moment, so let's tell a joke, something like that. I'm doing that a lot.
I see that right now. I love it. Okay, so what parallels are within this play that you feel like are reflected in our current world right now?
I think I like... This play deals with, at some points, a man who keeps these two women locked in a box underground. It is up to the audience's interpretation about the relationship between the man and the women. It's up to you when you view. My interpretation of this is a reflection on how men control women, how men manipulate women in life. And I think that happens in my day, in women's day-to-day. Right. And I think that it's... every day when I'm doing this show, I am reminded about men's control over women, or men feeling that they are able to take away women's autonomy, ability to live freely.
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And so why a pig farmer? Are women depicted as pigs? I mean, why not a dairy farmer or something like that?
Good question. I think that... it is implied in the show that the man who is keeping these two women underground have had a relationship with the farmer in the past. I think that having it the man as a pig farmer allows the audience to connect the idea between the man being a farmer and the potential that the parents of the women, so my parents, if they send me into this box underground, how would they have had a connection with this farmer? Because they bought pig meat from him. So that kind of like helps. I guess you could buy dairy from a farmer.
Yeah, you could.
You could, but maybe like pig meat, buying pork is more easier to convince someone that they would have bought directly from farm. I guess people don't really buy milk directly from farms. Maybe they do. Do they buy? Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
They do.
That's where it comes from.
That's true. It does come direct. So if you want more direct milk, that's how it would go. I also think just pigs are like but cows too. That's truly the question. Maybe the next version of this play, maybe he's gonna be a dairy farmer.
We needed the writer here.
Yeah, Katie, what's your thoughts on dairy and milk and cows?
Drop in the comments, okay? Speaking of farmers, I mean, I'm just now thinking about the landscape of Canada, and so I've got to ask my classic question. Okay. What is Canadian theatre?
Ooh! I think Canadian theatre is, it's whatever you want it to be. It could be based on your lived experiences. And me being someone in my early 20s, a lot of stories about people in their early 20s trying to navigate learning who you are as a human being and person. Also, there's so many great theater creators that are doing such different things right now. Canadian theater is comedic, even when it's trying, even when it's not. I think that Canada's huge output is comedy, especially now in film and in theater. What else? I don't even know what to say. What is Canadian theater?
Hey, that's my question.
Yeah, I know, and I could put it back to you. I think it's... I mean, as Canadians, we're trying to identify what the Canadian identity is, and I don't think that it's one thing. I think that it's multiple things based on everyone's individual perspective, but with Springtime, we are dealing with women, women controlling over women, with a comedic edge while being a thriller. So that is what our version of Canadian theatre is right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Now, talk to me a little bit about the production of this show. You've got some. You spoke a little bit on. You've got some really cool designers in there. What kind of design elements can we see when we come see this show?
Well, there is going to be sound design. We have a soundscape in the show that is beautiful and helps transition moments in the box because we can't move or exit the stage really to show that time has passed. We do that through sound. We do have lighting because it's an unconventional venue. We have set up lights in this space all around in order to light our faces. But the show is set mainly in the dark. So how do you light a show that is in the dark?
That.
You try really hard.
The theme of the show,
you try really hard. And it's like finding the balance with the director and the lighting designer based on how far can you get away with not seeing people's faces, but also the story being told. And just suspending disbelief when you can't see the faces. How quiet are we allowed to speak? Can people hear us while still being intimate? We have projections. I'm really excited about the projections. Cinecycle has a beautiful projector. Us taking advantage of this unconventional space. Cinecycle usually was originally, well, it was actually the bicycle shop that I said earlier, but now it's being used as a place to screen films. So they have a really cool projector, and we are also, in addition to the sound, using the projections as a transitional device, beautiful imagery that heightens the story. Things that we're imagining, that May and June, the characters in the show, are imagining in their heads are kind of brought to life in the projector, especially there is a moment towards the end of the show, somewhere towards the end of the show, that the projector does highlight like a cacophony of sound, image, and light to kind of tie everything together, to be as general and vague to not spoil it. But it's so a lot of tech elements really make the show ties it in a bow that I really like.
Beautiful. Yeah. I love it. Now, and presents are quite expensive, and so I think this leads me to my next question. Where's your money going? Is it to projections? Is it to the box? Where's your money going?
Where is our money is going to the venue. Yeah, because this is an unconventional venue, we gotta pay for the venue. So that's where most of our money's going. For Hamilton Fringe, I guess it would be the box, but the box was already built for Hamilton. Our box was built by Greg Lawrence, Katie Lawrence, the actor and writer's father. He was in retirement, and then he built this box, and now he's back, not out of retirement anymore. Now he's working again. He's a busy man, and he built us this box.
Wow.
Greg!
It's a family business.
It is!
Wow.
Theater's a family business.
Theater is a family business. Maybe that's what Canadian theater is a family frickin' business. Come on now. All right, is there anything else you'd like to share with our little audience about your show, about what you're doing, doing a crazy two-hander? You're doing so many roles at once as well. Anything else you'd like to share?
I think if you like film, I would give this theater show, in addition to all theater shows, but this theater show might be a good way to get in there. Us being in a theater that traditionally is used to screen films, you might be familiar with the space. This show, originally being written by a screenwriter, might help you get into it. Also, I feel like this is a really good time for horror in the world, our country, and entertainment in general. So if you were like, I don't really know about Springtime, take a chance on Springtime, because I think surprises in horror have been happening all the time, and I think you'll be surprised with Springtime too.
Wonderful. I just have one quick question because it piqued my interest. Why do you think that horror is so prevalent right now, in especially I feel like in Canadian theater?
Yeah. Even with these film comparables, Obsession, Backrooms, Paranormal Activity, that's having a great run from the West End production at Mirvish. It's been, I think people are excited that these creators that are young, not that you have to be young, but we're young, so that's why I'm like comparing. That's why we're together. That's why we're youth. Are able to make these fantastic films on a lower budget. Theater inherently, especially fringe theater, is a lower budget endeavor. So I think that that's kind of where I see the connection. It's a time for horror, taking chances, lower budgets, and not letting big top-down situation where we're like really relying on these bigger institutions to tell us what to do. Horror kind of has that gritty kind of feel and has been proven, especially recently, to have success. So yeah.
I love it. All right, we're gritty out here today. I love to hear it. Listen, I've had so much fun chatting with you, learning a bit about Springtime. I mean, the freaking box is blowing my mind. I am just so excited to see what you guys have in store for us there. And you can check them out at Cinecycle. You guys are July 3rd to 10th, correct? They've got double show days, so I'll post, of course, down below what show times we've got. But thank you so much once again. My pleasure interviewing you. And this is Daphne St. Clair Ferguson signing off.